Welcome along to EXFL Tier 2 Season X. We're here for round 14 out of 22, the Italian Grand Prix. And for the first time this season, we have a wet qualifying. 14 drivers in the lobby at the moment. Still waiting on a couple more. And for the first time this season, we have a co-com in the party box. Samuel Jake Lee. Hello, my friend.
Hello. Excited to be here. Excited to commentate for a while. Been a few seasons since commentated in the EXFL, but glad to be back.
Yes, indeed. Intermediate tyres then for what is a quite soaked Monza track. Full track map. There we go. Yeah, so we're still waiting for Warren and Bluey to join. And we're trying to get one more in. But yeah, rain qualifying. Still don't know what the race has in store at the moment. Okay, now we do. Full dry race. So they're just going to have to get through constant laps trying to get into the groove with the weather. So, bit of a recap as we are in the first few minutes of qualifying. Sam L leads the World Championship, 5 points ahead of Josh Hewitt, who won out in Netherlands, just ahead of him, as there's Bluey, finally. Last time out in Netherlands, just about. And then drifting P3, who just lost out on the podium last week out to Ridian, who kept it. It was deemed fair. And so yeah, Blue will get in the RB, and then hopefully that will just be Warren. But yeah, as for the constructors,
there's a collision
between.
There's a collision between Birdie Saints and the Ferrari of Aaron.
Chubster. So that's a 5-place grid penalty, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll look to, I guess, Sam out. So Sam, what's your thoughts on the grid so far for this race? Like, who do you think is going to provide best in these wet conditions?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Wet conditions, it changes the game quite a lot. I mean, times are going to go up. Times going to go up a lot,
equalizer.
And it is the great equalizer. But it also shows a clear difference between drivers and who can keep their composure in the wet. I think, obviously, with this game, people on pad are going to have more of an advantage in the wet weather. However, at a track like Monza, where there's only 11 corners, it's actually anyone's game. All this takes is one person to string the lap together. I think in these sort of conditions, if you string the lap together without many mistakes, you're in good contention for pole here, because I really don't know who's going to get pole. But to be the safe bet, it would be Sam L. But it's wet conditions, so we've never seen that this season so far. So who knows? But if I'm going to go for a bit of a rogue shout, I'll go for drifting for pole.
Wow, fair enough. Yeah, Sam L, who won out his first race of the season in the Japanese Grand Prix in round 3, full wet the entire time, and he won by quite the distance. He showed great commitment, and Warren also wasn't too bad. Still waiting for him to join. We know Josh Hewitt in the past has been pretty good in the wet as he goes off there at the exit of Ascari. Sam L, most poles to his name this season, but hasn't been on pole in the last 6 weeks. Maybe he can try at Ferrari's home ground to put that car on provisional pole, as the two world champions in Tier 2, 1 and 2 at the moment, Bram and Thies. Thies in what might be his last race for now, as drifting by half a second goes ahead of Josh Hewitt in the first lap times. So yeah, good shout, Sam. And here's the other Sam in the middle sector doing Ascari right now, keeping it on track. And yeah, we have no idea what the set times are going to be like, as he's just got the Parabolica to go. And what about Eggy into the Parabolica as well? So like I was explaining to Sam earlier, we had about 8 contenders in the first few races. And then round 7, it looked like it was going down to 5. And then it looks at the moment to be a 3-way fight, as there it is. Sam L, 1.3 seconds clear. He loves these conditions, and he's excelling at the moment.
Another thing to note about these sort of conditions is battery, because a lot of people would know how to do battery in dry conditions, but when you get to wet conditions, the battery's going to change a lot. So you'll find that even if we look at Emmerich right now, he's just coming to finish his lap, he's drained his battery way too much. Because people don't know where to use their battery. Like, he's gone second there, but he definitely could have gone a lot quicker. And all we're going to see this session as long as it doesn't get any wetter, or well, if it does get any drier, the times are going to ramp up. But people getting more confident in the car,
Exactly.
that's what they're going to find.
Constant
So times
improvements.
are only going to increase.
And I believe,
Times are only going.
yeah, that wing damage for Chubster, obviously due to that collision with Birdie Saints, and he still managed to put a lap time good enough for third. So
He hasn't
Ferrari,
pitted.
no, he did that lap time with wing damage. So Ferrari,
Oh wow, yeah, he doesn't have a left end plate
at their home race, that's a pretty good start for them, even with the incident. Was it him or Birdie who got the 5th place?
I'll have a look.
Oh, it was Birdie.
It was Birdie.
Yeah.
It was Birdie Saints. Yeah, I don't know what happened. She looked on the exit of turn 2, and then there was just
There we go.
2 people just yeah.
Yeah, right. So we're still waiting for both McLarens, Ridian, Birdie, and Bluey to do a lap time. Adam still yet to pick up a point. This being his 10th race, and his teammate in the Alpine, Birdie, this being his 4th race, also still yet to pick up a point. So if there's enough shenanigans and craziness, which there probably might be, you never know. But yeah, at the moment, Sam L still a whole second clear of the rest. He just got to grips with the track perfectly and did what he did in Japan all those weeks ago. Warren's in his Aston Martin now. Obviously, he was pretty good in that race as well, finishing P2, but a long way clear. And everyone made mistakes in that race besides Sam. I guess that's why he was the victor, as he's already over a 10th quicker in the first sector again. As across the line, I believe that's that's Christian, as Josh Hewitt's just finishing a lap now. He's up by 6/10, and will go to the front row and halve that gap to Sam, who's currently halfway done with his next lap. As drifting now, there we go.
Yeah. Now I've just been watching Samuel's lap here, and good thing to note about the way he's driving compared to when I watched him earlier. I mean, obviously he's just got invalid there, but he's obviously had enough fuel to go out on another run. He keeps on going down to the lower gears. I don't know if that's to maybe try and find some more minimum speed, because I keep on seeing him. He's going into a lot of low gears, whereas when I looked at someone like Josh here, when he was completing his lap, he'd like to stay in the higher gears, which allows him to put more traction on. But I'm going to assume the lower gears is going to be quicker, but you take more risk there of losing traction. So I think if you can get that down, like what Sam L was doing and what he did on that lap before he invalidated,
That's fair.
that is how you get pole. That is how you get pole at a track like this.
It's very good insight. Birdie crosses the line to be P10 then. The top 3 in the World Championship, 1, 2, and 3. Josh Hewitt still trying to find some time. He said heading into this race in the chats, I'm going to be quite slow. Maybe a surprise to him then to see himself in 3rd. Drifting, that's a very good lap from him to only be just over 2/10 behind Sam, who's still on provisional pole as we have about 10 minutes left of qualifying. Christian up there in 7th, pretty good time from him, just ahead of Thies. I'm pretty sure all the practice they did for this is a bit out the window now. I don't think anyone really practices in the wet, but for the race, full dry, I'm sure that'll be a bit better for them. Warren heading into turn 1. I'm trying to find a driver who's about to start a lap. Can you see anyone out there, Sam? About to start a lap? Ridian, I guess, is heading into Ascari. Yonder's halfway done with his lap. Drifting's just finished the first sector.
Yeah, a lot of people
Chubster.
currently on a lap right now.
Alright. Ferrari home race, so may as well take us through a lap with the Ferrari, Sam. Chubster in P5.
Yeah, Chubster now coming down the main straight into the first chicane. Very heavy braking zone. Easy to mess up and gain a lot of time in the first sector, as it is mainly just this corner. Goes all the way down to gear 1, taking a lot of inside curb. Then on the exit, a bit squirrely, but he manages to get the power down. Now around Curva Grande, he's looking in the first sector. You want to be into the low 28s. Let's see if he can match that coming round to the exit, down into the chicane. It's a 28.4. That's not a bad first sector at all. It's definitely competitive as he goes into the Della Roggia chicane. He takes that pretty nicely, taking both inside curbs to get the maximum power down, and he takes the first Lesmo with a lot of speed, actually. Manages to hold the car. It's looking like a decent lap here from Chubster, and he's managed to save quite a bit of battery, so he's going to deploy it down the straight until he gets into Ascari. He deploys a lot of battery down here into Ascari. He's 1.2 seconds up on his current 29.2. That puts him into the low 28s. Can he beat Drifting's 27.5, which I believe he's just set? It's going to be close. He's definitely going to go into the 27s by the looks of this lap. Just the last corner, Parabolica, where you can gain a lot of time on the traction exit. But you can see that dry line in the middle where the darker part of the track is. He's followed it quite nicely. This is going to be a good lap from him. Probably, I'm going to say, going to second. And there he does, 27.9. That is a very solid lap from Chubster. It looks very clean throughout.
And this time he does it with a full front wing. So he goes ahead of Sam L, who's up by 3.5 tenths in the first sector into the 27s. And while all that was happening, Yonder went up to fourth, and Drifting put it onto provisional pole by 3 tenths to Chubster's time. So Sam L then, it's time for him to respond as across the line for Ridian to put himself into the top 10. Eggy on an outlap still needs to try and get back within the top 10. We're still waiting for Bluey to set a lap time. What about Josh Hewitt as well? Heading through the first sector, split. And we'll see what he can do. It's a 28.5. He's found 3.5 tenths himself, but that is half a second slower than what Sam is doing, who's up by 8 tenths now. 25 thousandths quicker than what Yonder was doing. Heading into the Parabolica then, and this should surely be provisional pole back towards the Scuderias. Enric now goes onto the front row, which will be demoted to the second row because Sam will cross the line now, and it's a 1:26.9 to put himself clear back on provisional pole. But Drifting's going quicker. He's found nearly 2 tenths, but he's 2 tenths himself off in the first sector. They're just going to keep going quicker and quicker to get the groove in. As Chubster up by 8 tenths, but unfortunately invalidated. So he's going to have to go again. Warren went 6th with his time. Eggy into turn 1. It's very close from around P10. But we're still waiting for Bluey to set a time. Deadgun 4 seconds off. Adam 4.8. And Josh Hewitt then goes onto the front row, but a 6/10 advantage. Just shows how much Sam likes these conditions at the moment.
Drifting validated this lap. He was on for a good run. He matched Sam L in the middle sector. But the first sector was a few tenths off, but he invalidated on the inside of Ascari. But the thing is with this track, as we're seeing, the lap time's only going to get quicker and quicker. If you can cross that line last and put that lap together, your chances for pole increase substantially. So I think it's going to come down to who can cross that line last and who can put that lap together with these sort of conditions.
Yeah, these are sketchy conditions, and whoever can get the best time out of it has surely got the pace and the skill and the talent to navigate their way around. Obviously, in the dry, it's the fastest average speed on the entire calendar. In the wet, it's a whole different ballpark. As Warren now makes it an Aston second row. Like I said, he thrives in these conditions as well. Very close between Josh, Drifting and Warren there. As Eggy now goes into the top 5 as well to deliver a good time. But there is still quite a detrimental gap between Sam to the rest. Chubster now makes it a Ferrari 1-2. He's got the pace as well. This is brilliant for the Scuderia. The championship leaders with 2 competent drivers showing why they are leading, and there's not really any competition there. It's all in the drivers. Chubster and Sam leading the way then. Great stuff from Chubster. And who else is getting in a lap? Bram invalidated. Ridian round the Parabolica. He might be finding some time. Adam up 9 tenths in the first sector. Ridian to cross the line then. Goes into the top 10 just ahead of his teammate. Just under a second off pole. But yeah, it's pretty much Noah's Ark kind of. We've got a lot of teammates near one another. The Ferraris, the Astons, the Williams. And Bluey's still not done a lap with 3 minutes 30 to go, but he is out on track at least. And wouldn't that be something? A Ferrari front row lockout for their home race.
At Monza, that's what you want to see, isn't it?
Indeed. But who's going to stop them? I honestly don't really see anyone beating Sam at the moment. It's going to be quite the lap. And with 3 minutes to go, Chubster needs to get back into the pits pretty quickly. Fuel himself for one more run, as the rest are doing that as well. Exiting the pits now, like Drifting is. And hopefully when Sam exits the pit lane, which he's done right there, he shouldn't hold up Chubster. They've timed that to perfection.
All right, this is what I'm going. This is what I'm going to say. All these people who are currently in the pits about to leave, they're going to have one shot at this.
Yep.
Luckily for the people who are already out on track, they have that safety net where if they do mess up, they can go again with the intermediates. They don't wear as much. But obviously you get more lap time, so you've got to try and weigh up the compromise. For someone who is like in Arab's position, who isn't going to come out until later on, he can drop a lot of positions, even though he can go a lot quicker. If he doesn't set that lap, it's a compromise. You've got to find the difference between the two. But now you see Drifting start his lap, which he has time for another one if he messes up. So
yeah, he's got
let's see what he can do.
the McLaren in front of him. Don't know if that'll be too much of an eyesore for him. But he takes a lot of curb on the exit. And that is Yonder in front of him, I believe, also on a lap. As you can see the line emerging from the 16, 17 minutes we've had of qualifying. They're getting more and more in the groove. Yonder's up by a tenth and a bit. And Drifting didn't quite catch his split, but I'm pretty sure it was quick as well.
It is only a few hundredths off Sam L's first sector.
Okay, so Drifting definitely in the fight here, as he has been all season. Obviously won the opening round, led the World Championship for the most rounds this season, lost it around about the halfway mark, where we saw Josh Hewitt and Sam take it, but he's still in the fight. He's still not giving up. 1 season later, after his first win, he's up by 9 tenths, heading into a scar.
4 tenths on Sam L.
4 tenths on Sam L. Drifting has got 1 corner left then to give it absolutely everything before the rest can see what they're made of, and he's just got to blast everything left of his battery then. Heading down into Parabolica for the Aston Martin. How much confidence is he willing to take right next to the curb? Get the power on. And line of least resistance coming up as we see a car in front of him lose the car a bit, but he won't care. He'll cross the line, and it's provisional pole for Drifting. 26-0, and now we see what the rest can do to challenge that. Will we get into the 25s? Sam L finishing the first sector split. It's a 27-7. He's found 2 tenths himself. Bouncing over the curves. That's it for Thies. He won't get into the top 10. Chubster's got a bunch of traffic to try and start his last lap. And Josh Hewitt heading through the middle sector now himself. Only up by 4 tenths. He needs a second in what is arguably the shortest sector left on the track. Chubster has some traffic. I don't know how long's left in the session, but he's about to cross the line.
Not very long.
As the yellows, unfortunately, in the way. Chubster will cross the line. He has made it. And Sam up by 4 tenths in the middle sector. So he's not finding quite enough. Josh Hewitt's out. That's it. So it's just Ferrari, really, who can challenge Drifting and spoil his day. But Sam is going quick, but he needs another few tenths in the last sector. And we'll wait for Chubster to come round as well. Will we see a surprise from someone outside the top 5? Is it going to be Drifting? Or is it going to be Sam? Round Parabolica in front of his adoring Tifosi crowd. Is it Drifting? Or is it Sam on pole? It's Drifting for now. Sam misses out. The shocker quali at the moment. Sam couldn't quite do it at the end, as Chubster is lacking about 2.5 tenths in the first sector. Drifting is on provisional pole. One of his teammate Warren and Eggy, they're right next to each other in the Lesmos. And Enric also up by quite a lot, exiting Ascari. Can you see anyone else out there, Sam?
Yonder's about to get a good time here.
Wow.
Goes up to third, only 34 thousandths off Sam L there. That was a very solid lap. As Eggy goes purple in sector 2. Oh, Eggy on a good flying lap.
Close. Was that? Oh, that was so close to an invalidation from Chubsters across the line for Enric. P4 now. So I think it's Chubster, Warren and Eggy. You can see all 3 of them heading into Parabolica now. That's it for Brown. P10 and Ridian close behind these lot. But can any of them challenge for pole? Chubster.
I think Eggy's got it.
Has Eggy got it? We'll see him in the middle.
Oh.
Eggy, P4, Chubster, 6, Warren, 7th. And Ridian will now cross the line to get himself P8 to knock Josh Hewitt down to 9th. And Aston Martin have spoiled the Tifosi party. Drifting is on pole position for the Italian Grand Prix. Ahead of Sam. Ahead of Yonder right at the end there. And I didn't even catch... Adam got a 5-place grid penalty as well. Don't know what that was for.
What a close qualifying though. Right down to the end there. Everyone's laps were coming in right at the end. You didn't know who was going to be on pole. But what a qualifying session.
Well, it was going to take some lap to beat Sam's momentum in this session, and Drifting has done just that. And I'm pretty sure he's been on pole before. Yeah, I think he had one last season.
Yeah.
I'll check. But yeah, great qualifying. It really looked like Eggy may have had a chance there. But I mean, I'm sure he'll be still happy with fourth.
No, his second sector was a tenth and a half quicker than anyone else's. His
Wow.
first sector was 2 tenths down, so he was really equal. But he must have just not had the battery in the last sector to challenge. But it was a very good lap. But we are back now in very sunny conditions.
Yeah,
So
it's complete 180.
completely change of field. Yeah.
Right, so that is Drifting's second pole in EXFL Tier 2. He took pole in Austria
Wow.
last season. So it's been a while, over a whole 22 races. So I'm sure he'll love seeing no one in front of him heading down into turn 1. Obviously, they're finalising their fuel loads, strategies, any little setup tweaks they can make in Parc Ferme. And we'll begin the formation lap. See what tyres everyone's chosen for these 27 laps ahead of us. I believe I saw Frosty Life join at the end there as well. So we might have 17. We do. Frosty's in the wrong car, but whatever. And I'll try and invite Dead Gun.
Interesting prediction there. He hasn't had pole in over a season. I predict him to get pole. God,
amazing! What a prediction!
Nah, this is going to be an exciting race, I think, because we don't know how quick they are in the dry.
Exactly.
Because all that we've had is the wet, and it's going to be very different on high fuel loads.
It's going to be.
And with gone.
No, you carry on.
With no tyres being used in qualifying, they don't need to worry about using any particular set of tyres in terms of the fact of soft tyres.
Everyone's on the mediums apart from the leader, drifting on the hard compound tyres.
Wow, he is going for the alternate strike. It could work for him, though.
Maybe.
If he can stay at the front, there's a very good chance he wins this race. He just can't fall back through the field. And luckily for him, there's 5 different constructors in the top 5, so you ain't going to really see much teamwork there. So that is very good for him. Loads of people getting disqualified on this opening lap.
Well, fortunately, Dead Gun has just told me he can't race, so he's going to be an AI for the whole race.
No, he's DNF'd. He's DNF'd.
Yeah, I mean he's not at this. Hopefully, it won't be too bad.
I think he DNF'd before the formation lap. So,
but yeah, like you said, we've lost about half the field from disqualifications, so they're going to be on cold tyres. Drifting is going to need to really get a good launch here. It is quite a long run down to turn 1. I was going to mention Josh Hewitt down in 9th, 5 points off Sam, the championship leader. So he's got it all to do. He's a great starter. And you have a spinner. And it's Josh Hewitt. In between the Lesmos and Ascari there. That's one way to heat up your tyres. But yeah, he's going to need to gain some ground and hopefully pick off a few cars. And yeah, really scattered from when I pointed out it was like Noah's Ark with all the teammates. It completely changed by the end there.
Yeah, definitely.
We have, 5 different constructors in the top 5?
And then 1, 2... Yeah, and then 7 in the top 10.
As the leaders are on the grid now, gearing up. And we'll just wait for Birdie Saints to slot into his grid slot as well. Frosty's supposed to be in the Haas, but he's with Mercedes. But oh well. If he scores points, he'll still go to Haas. We have a spinner, as the leaders are now only getting onto their grid slot. So that was Warren I saw parked up. I thought it was Drifting. Right, so Drifting goes into his grid slot then. And we will gear up for round 14 of 22 in Tier 2 Season X. It's the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go. Drifting versus Sam off the line. Who leads into turn 1? They're neck and neck as we see Eggy up to 3rd place already in the slipstream. It looks like Sam's going to take the lead. Eggy to the inside, tries to hold on to 2nd place. Sam is in the lead for Ferrari, and Drifting, and as we see the other Ferrari going off into the gravel, that's Chubster, as we see an Alpine cutting across the track. It's Sam from Drifting, Eggy, Enric, Yonder, Josh up to 6th place. So Drifting on those hards, losing the lead. Eggy, good start from him up in a 3rd. But Sam is clearing away, using his mediums to good effect as they go single file into the 2nd chicane. And they look to all have made it, besides Dead Gun, who's obviously out of this race. Wing damage for Bluey at the back as Birdie holds on to P16. But it was a great start from Sam. And now he's got to get this start of the race underway and pull away from Drifting, who's just got to try and keep with him. Sam, what about you? Anything else?
No, I mean, it was crucial that Drifting kept that P2 against Eggy. They were side by side through the first chicane. The fact they managed to keep that is going to really help him in this race because with now being only behind Sam, he can control with the DRS training. Whereas if he was behind Eggy, he was going to be sat behind them for a while until those mediums died off. It was a very good start from Eggy to get all the way up into P3, challenging even Drifting going into turn 1. Obviously, Drifting was never going to have a good start on those hards, but even look now, Drifting right onto the back of Sam in that slipstream, and he's going to go up to the inside.
Yeah, he's trying to take the lead away from Sam, heading on to the second lap. There was a bit of chaos in the background into Parabolic, but two of the championship protagonists go into the first chicane, and Sam still holds on to the lead ahead of Drifting. Yeah, it was Warren and Christian going wheel to wheel into Parabolica. It sent Christian off. He rejoined the track in front of the Williams. There was damage, and Chubster got ahead of all of them, but now he's down into 13th because of another collision that we saw, as Sam will still hold on to the lead. Then Drifting, try as he might, will have to go again. Wait until DRS is, I think. And Eggy, never won a race before in his, 46th Grand Prix now. Has led the World Championship on a couple of occasions, been incredibly consistent. Did miss a round a few races ago, which left him out of the fight, as we see Frosty versus Adam.
Gravel.
And off into the wall there. Just about avoids damage. I believe, yeah, he's just about gotten away with that. As Christian and Bram are fighting for P10. Christian ahead of him. Goes wide, though. Stays on the track now, but gets a penalty, unfortunately. So biggest gainer at the moment. Frosty Life and Thieves up 4 places. Josh Hewitt up 3 as well. And we'll look to the end of lap 2, where Drifting should surely have the battery and keep the luckily the DRS to now take the lead away from Sam as fastest laps down the field. Eggy blasting his as well. Sam down to 30%. Drifting's going to have to go left. Sam going defensive. Sam brakes slightly later than the Aston Martin and stays in the lead. Eggy goes to the inside of Drifting to take away P2. Caught him unaware, and once again, brilliant move from Eggy. 10-second penalty for Christian. His brakes aren't working, it seems. As Eggy moves himself up in a second, then Drifting eyeing to the inside of the Mercedes, has to back out for now. So Eggy now up in a second. Can he take the lead away from Sam heading on to the next lap?
Yeah, that was interesting. There was 3 wide going into turn 1 there. There was a bit of contact being made, but at a corner like that, the fact that they all made it through without really any of them losing too much time was very impressive, and I'm surprised. And I would definitely not count out Eggy this race. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't bide his time there. If I was him, I would have sat back a little bit more. He had 100%, so I can understand fully why he went for it. But if he can bide his time a little bit, as Drifting is going to get into this race later on, maybe around, I'm going to predict around lap 7, the hard will become better than the medium tyres. And if he starts to pull away, then those medium tyres of Sam, Eggy, Emmerich and Yonder really need to work together.
The battery games are already beginning. You can see the top 6 are all nose to tail. While all that was happening, Warren also got past Josh Hewitt. And here we go once again. Yonder close to Emmerich, but they're going to be blasting their battery. Sam put it in none for a while. Here comes Eggy then round the outside to take the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. They're wheel to wheel, the top 2 leaders. Eggy versus Sam. Eggy to the inside takes the lead as going off there. Oh, there was carnage behind with Josh Hewitt.
Yonder.
And the Ferrari as well. Yonder drops down the order as well. But Josh Hewitt as well drops to P10 out of all that.
Yeah.
Clearly there was an incident.
Josh Hewitt and Yonder had contact there. It was Josh Hewitt trying to go up the inside, right. I think, of Yonder. I'm pretty sure.
So that promotes,
and they made contact.
That promotes Thieves up in a 5th. Enric.
Yeah, what a start.
Enric has dropped down to 12th as well. He was 4th or 5th, so there's clearly been a few incidents. Adam with a 3-second as well. Thieves trying to hang on to the top 4, as Warren, out of all that, is now 3rd ahead of his teammate.
Yeah.
So, once again, none games.
Ooh, whoa, up the inside.
Yeah.
Warren, it's Warren. A P1.
Warren doesn't care. He may have a penalty, but he's leading the race.
I've just seen him fly past both Samuel and Eggy. They were both sat in none. No one thought that. Up from the inside goes Warren past 2 cars into Ascari. This is really helping Drifting out here.
Yep, Sam's going to the inside of Eggy as well. So that's going to give Warren a bit of help, as Drifting could see himself with a double move here. If he gets the slipstream right, blasts past Eggy, and now he's closing in on Sam. Warren giving his rival the slipstream, however. He's closing him off as well. Moves to the inside, Sam to the outside versus Warren into turn 2. And there's contact between Warren and Sam. And that was pretty inevitable. As Eggy versus Drifting, that's close to contact. Warren still holds on to the lead, though, ahead of Sam. Then Drifting.
Here comes
There's
Thies
as well to the inside of Eggy. And the leaders are banging wheels heading into the second chicane. And Sam just about holds on, as there may have been an incident behind. Eggy has to cut the corner a bit there. Thies are in a fourth now.
What a start from Thies, all the way up from 12th into 4th. He has had a tremendous start in that Red Bull. He's been flying along. At one point there where the top 4 pulled away, because the contact Sam L goes into the gravel here.
Yeah, I was going to
and
say
here comes Thies up into the lead.
Oh my god, unbelievable Thies. Oh, there's going to be... It's so close to contact. Thies takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Warren to the outside, goes
round
wide.
The outside.
Then Sam, then Eggy. Look at the top 8. They're all nose to tail ahead of one another. Penalties galore, trying to fight for the same piece of tarmac. Thies doesn't care. He's blasted all his battery and he's off. Warren versus Sam now into Parabolica. Eggy watching close behind to the inside. Christian with 16 seconds of penalties, also sticking his nose in. And Josh Hewitt still way behind these lot as we head on to lap 6.
What a start to this race this has been. It's been head to tail with every single battle. You see Drifting all the way down to 7th. You wouldn't expect that. There's contact going in from the Williams on the back of the McLaren as we go into turn 1. Surprisingly, no one has been spun around there considering how close everyone is. But this race, I mean, Thies up into 10th place.
I just
incredible.
All of the top 8 making their way into turn 1 and 2. No contact, no incident. That was great to see. And Thies, I was going to say the Red Bulls have pretty much just swapped their race. Enric down in 12th, Thies up to 2nd. And, well, now it's just going to be about keeping it within the track limits. Not getting involved in any incidents as Drifting on those hards struggling with the 2 McLarens behind him. They swap as Yonder's now up in the 7th. Chubster on the inside of Christian and Josh Hewitt sticking with these lot. And Frosty also with them as well. As here we go, up in front again.
This is the opposite of what Drifting needed. Look at that. They've got a 1.1 second gap between Ridian and Eggy. Ridian really needs to get within DRS there. Drifting is really struggling here on these hards. They have not got up to grip yet. But there goes Warren.
Oh, it's close. Sam retakes the lead then. Warren and Thies wheel to wheel. We know they like to get their elbows out. But when they try and share the same piece of tarmac, it could go all kinds of calamity. Sam's going to be under pressure
Battery difference.
And here comes Eggy. We know he loves a triple overtake here and there. And it looks like he might be on for another one. To the inside of the Ferrari. Eggy versus Sam. And down the inside goes Thies. Somehow keeps on the track. But Sam and Eggy have to cut across the track. Thies once again with an aggressive move. Sam gets a 10-second time penalty for going across there. And we knew these sorts of chaotic moves were going to happen eventually. And
that's fully on Thies.
Yeah.
Fully on Thies. That I think Samuel can get that penalty removed.
Well, unfortunately, he's going to have to serve it.
Oh, he will. Oh, no.
That's going to bring him
Warren
out
up the inside of Thies.
Warren and Thies, two people who really love to send it on others, are going to fight each other for the same piece of track. Thies onto the curb there. And they're letting Sam get away.
Samuel, though, yeah, it's incredible the amount of time he's just gained.
Oh, Chubster.
Close, yellow at the back. Chubster really not having the race that he wants.
So who does this help? This helps Eggy, I guess, because Thies could get a pen.
Yeah, I mean,
Eggy's never won a race before. Currently
drifting
in a pretty good
right
position.
at the back of Eggy. I don't know what's going on this race. Warren manages to keep within DRS of Sam L. The battery from everyone all the way down. Well, the top 3 until Eggy. They're all fighting for scraps here. Eggy should make this move on Thies absolutely easily before we even get to the DRS line. He has gone past him. Thies, what was that?
Oh my god, drifting through the middle.
Oh, what a move from Drifting.
Christian retires in the pit lane. We have our first retirement. Drifting, then Thies, then Eggy, then Ridian, and then Josh Hewitt going very wide there, fighting with Frosty Life into the exit of the first chicane. They go wheel to wheel. Enric watching this unfold. Josh with 24%, Frosty with 44%, and battles galore everywhere you look. And,
Alright, well, is there going to be team orders now? Is there going to be a little bit of hold up for Warren to allow Drifting back into DRS? Because at the moment, he's going to get swamped by Eggy. But there is potential for Warren to drop back a little bit and that gap go down. I mean, it's gap 1.2 now. It doesn't look like Warren's holding back at all.
Yeah.
I think Warren's just going to look for the win here.
Thies has dropped off the Warren, Eggy and Drifting little battle. He's now under pressure from Ridian. Frosty got ahead of Josh Hewitt, who's under pressure from Enric now. And they've all spread out a little now. Individual battles, as we can see, Ridian versus These. Slows down, I'm guessing, for the DRS. As we'll look to the front. Warren versus Sam. If Warren is to be a rear gunner for Drifting and help him in his bid for the championship, as long as there's no safety car, it's looking well for Drifting at the moment. As These is into the pits. This early.
Warren there sat in none. Look at that. They really have helped each other there. Gap dropped from 1 second to 6/10.
Yeah, we can see the top 4 all within a second of one another now. The 4 behind them all within a second, so it's split pretty much in half. And
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see what Thieves can do. He's pitted quite early. I was expecting lap 11, 12 to be more.
Does he have damage?
He might actually.
I'll have a look. Yeah, no, he didn't.
No
he
visible
didn't.
damage.
No, he didn't have any damage.
Maybe he really wore his
Pitted
mediums off.
early. Ooh.
And tagging the back of Adam slightly there.
Surprised me.
Adam's got no battery. Adam doesn't leave the space for Thieves. So Thieves forces him into space and gets ahead.
No, that was Adam, what are you doing there? Adam, up the inside. I mean, that was a fair move, actually.
Goes into the gravel. There goes
the
Graham.
Contact.
As we see the 2 Astons swap, as Warren's made a mistake. He's gone off and lost 2 places to his teammate and Eggy.
He's still within the train, though, which is important. The fact that he stayed within that.
Yep.
That's all he needs at this moment and point. But
I don't know.
What is These and Adam doing? What is going on? This is... I mean, come on, lads. This is poor.
Thieves and Bram fighting away in 12th and 13th now. Drifting is close to his championship rival, and now he's close enough to take back the lead to the inside. Drifting on the hards now as the mediums wear off, starting to take advantage. As I believe that might be Josh Hewitt into the pit lane then. He's got to go for a bit of an undercut if he wants to get back in this race. So yeah, Warren, as much as he has a 3-sec, it's still early doors and there's still a lot of warnings probably to happen. So he's definitely not out of this. Sam L is going to lose a heap of time. And for his sake, he'll hope for a safety car to get himself back into the time that he's going to lose when he pits. So at the moment, Drifting's looking well. Eggy could still find his way for a win. Like he's got 11 podiums out of 45 race starts, and they've all been seconds and thirds. A win has still not happened for him yet, and what a glorious way it would be to win at the Italian Grand Prix, to get himself back into this championship fight as they go through Ascari, as things have, calmed down a bit now after a very eventful 10 laps.
Yeah, what a start to that race that was. Battles everywhere you looked, and even now, Emmerich overtaking Ridian. Yep. But now you see the top 4 spaced out. But this is really good for Drifting in terms of the championship battle. Having his teammate alongside Eggy and Sam L. Sam L's 10 seconds. You've got to feel for him because that move up the inside from Thies, I mean, he can't do anything about that. But the game's a game, unfortunately, and for something like that, it's inevitable to happen. But up the inside, he goes on Drifting, makes the move fair and square.
Whoa.
Eggy looking to make the move. Ooh, bit of contact. But, I mean, this race is between Drifting, Eggy, and Warren, I think. Sam L, if there's no safety car, I can't see him gaining 10 seconds. With a track like this, with DRS, I just can't see it. I mean, I think he's very quick, but
X in the pit lane.
10 seconds is a lot.
Ridian right behind Josh Hewitt, who's caught up to the back of Thies and Brown. That's a duo you definitely don't want to be behind, but he's going to have to try and make his way through. Yonder, I believe, did he pit quite early? Because he's 3.5 seconds ahead of these.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he pitted very early.
And he's 23 seconds off the lead.
Lap 6.
Lap 6, wow. So don't be surprised if Yonder's suddenly, maybe even within the top guys when they pit. Obviously, Drifting with those hards, dragging these lot along a little bit. But Eggy's close with a full battery to, well, his closest person in the championship, so his main rival. And he's going to try and go around the outside of Drifting. If Eggy wants to pit, though, he's going to have to dart to the right as Warren watches this unfold. And Sam's into the pits and Warren follows him in.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll have a look here where Yonder comes out. He's 22.7 behind the leader. Where can he come out? Because if he can be in contention here and he can potentially hold up the likes of Warren, and this could really help Drifting out. Him going to come out on those medium tyres. He's going to be rapid. Yonder's going to clear Warren easily.
Change the tyres for Sam Warren exits the pit lane. Then there's Yonder, and Yonder's definitely going to be in this fight.
Wow.
And here comes Bram and Thies as well, wheel to wheel. Sam's going to be behind all of these guys. Thies and Bram have swapped. And look at that, Sam's behind Frosty Life.
Wow.
And Ridian. So yeah, that's really ruined the race for Sam. Maybe you can get back into this. Use the Ferrari Tifosi power to try and show why he's leading this World Championship, as we see Drifting and Eggy fighting into Ascari. Eggy now into the lead, as I'm sure he'll now pit this lap, as Drifting will have to stay out for a few more. Enric as well, I'm sure he's not too far away from a stop either. Birdie's yet to pit, but they're still 10 seconds clear of who may even be the net race leader, which is Yonder.
I mean, the thing is, you look at this race and you feel for Sam. Like, you look and you think, oh, he might be able to make up a few positions from pits. Only one person between him and the pitted leader, Yonder. So that's 7 positions. Only one of them is yet to pit. So he has to make up 6 different positions if he wants to be in the fight for the lead. And 10 seconds of time. I mean, he's capable of doing it, but the chance of him winning this race is becoming slimmer and slimmer every second.
So Enric and Chubster pitted. Eggy stayed out, and I'm wondering, can he potentially do medium soft? He's sticking with Drifting.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, how long did the softs last?
No idea.
Like
If the
if
mediums
they're all
only
pitting
lasted,
at lap 6.
Yeah, if the mediums only lasted 9-10 laps, the softs are not going to last too long. As we see down into turn 1. Fee's close to Warren, to be fair. Josh has got past Bram. And Ridian's close to his teammate now. I wonder if they'll swap, or you'll have to get the move done the old-fashioned way. Enric's not too far away from this train as well. Frosty 3 seconds behind. Sam has got to show the pace he had in the wet. His teammate, he's with his teammate. That just shows
I know,
how much he's lost.
That is crazy.
So Drifting still hanging on to the lead. Eggy has got really good battery management, and he's still got a lot of pace.
He has this whole race.
Yeah. As he takes the lead away from Drifting. So Drifting will have DRS. I think this lap is key. If Eggy pits now, he's just, extended his stint. If he stays out, he's going for the softs, but he is going into the pit lane. As Birdie also hasn't pitted yet. So Eggy in, and...
Go on.
I don't know. Yeah. Eggy's going to emerge.
Safety car.
Probably at the back of this train, I'm not going to lie. Or right near the
Staying
Williams.
out again.
Whoa, slowing down. Thies. Don't know if that was for just DRS, but yeah, Eggy exits the pit lane then. He would love to get ahead of this train that's led by Yonder, and it's going to be close, but it looks like Yonder is going to be ahead of the Mercedes.
DRS.
There's Warren as well, and Eggy looks to be in a good place, and yeah, perfect.
That's a very solid position from Eggy. Yep. Very good. Come out right in that good gap.
And while all that was happening, the 2 Williams have swapped, so Bram is behind Ridian now. The 2 Williams, the 2 Red Bulls, a Salbert. So Josh Hewitt, with pitting a bit earlier, has got himself a bit more in this race now for the win, because he's within DRS of Eggy, who's close to Warren, who may still rear gun Drifting, but they're close to Yonder. And Birdie Saints, yeah.
Go on.
Big up in P2. And Drifting, well, when do you think you'll pit? Lap 15? Lap 16?
I reckon, yeah, lap 16. The issue that Drifting has at this moment in time is Yonder. The gap between Yonder and Enric, that train, is about 3.5 seconds. They're only gaining time on Drifting at the moment. Drifting is going to come out right in the middle of that. I know he's going to have the quicker tyres, but...
yeah.
He's really got to make those move quickly, because he needs to get to the front before those mediums, because we saw those mediums started to die quite quickly. If those mediums die, then he's going to have a real issue.
We see Yonder making a mistake there. That allows Warren to get up into third. None of them got DRS, however, so that allows Eggy to close in on them. As I think they went wheel to wheel at the detection. Fastest lap for Chubster. He's right with his teammate Sam, who is with Frosty Life, getting absolutely munched by both Ferraris there. So they're on the charge. If they can fight enough from the train from 10th all the way to 3rd, the Ferraris could still get in on the fight here, as Warren's cleared Yonder, but Eggy hasn't quite got him. Yonder blasts his battery to stick with these lot, and that's going to cause a little bit of a nuisance for the Mercedes. This is allowing Warren to get away, but he does have that 3 second, but at any moment, someone else could as well. But look, Yonder's fallen over a second behind Warren already. Warren's showing serious pace at the moment. And Eggy looks to clear the McLaren now. That might get him within DRS of Warren again. What about drifting then? Heading around the final corner to start lap 16. Is he going into the pit lane? No, he'll do one more lap.
He'll pay at the end of this lap, yeah. But
Birdie's
drifting's got to be careful.
mediums.
He's on 2 warnings.
Wow, okay. Birdie's mediums must be screaming right now. Does he pit?
He's praying for that safety car. Praying.
He's doing the Daniel Bird strat and staying out and waiting for a safety car. Exactly. Eggy did not. Oh, did get the DRS. That's great for him. Yonder still struggling as Josh Hewitt blasts all his battery. Now Josh Hewitt is ahead of Yonder. So good stuff for the Sauber. As we look further back, the 2 Williams still in front of Enric, as it's Red Bull versus Williams for the final points paying positions. Ferrari 4.3 behind, as we see Chubster under pressure from Frosty Life there. Chubster trying to stick within a second of Sam, but has lost the pace to him.
Yeah, unfortunately for Yonder, I mean, his tyres are already 9 laps old compared to someone like Eggy, who's only 2 laps old. The tyre difference is going to be... I mean, you can already see it. He is dropping so much time. That's the issue of pitting early.
Third all the way down to 10th, though. At least after the stops has been a lot better, though, in terms of cleanliness.
Clean.
But,
yeah.
But it looks like there may be a divide soon, as Warren, Eggy, and Josh may pull away from Yonder. However, Thies has now got ahead of the McLaren.
Drifting stays out.
Wow.
That is bad news, I think, because he is only losing time. The gap's gone from 22 to 20 to that leader. He's going to come out alongside his championship rival, Sam L. I think he's going to come out behind Bram.
Well, last week...
in between that gap between Sam L and Bram.
Last week at the Dutch Grand Prix, Drifting did the exact same thing. He did the alternative strategy to everyone else. Sam and Josh were trading for the win. He was on the softs while they were on the mediums or hards or whatever, and he was taking so much time out of them. He got the gap from 7 seconds down to 1.6 before the safety car. He's trying to do it again because he is going to be one rapid car right at the end on medium compound tyres. And
but he has to get past 10 cars.
Yeah, but at least he has his teammate Warren at the front of that pack to maybe potentially help. I don't know if there's any communication going on. Warren's just driving a really good race besides that 3-sec. Eggy's still in a really good place. Josh has got himself up in a good place. These will probably have a pen looming over. And this is what I said. The train has pretty much been hard because Ridian has lost DRS to the 4 in front. And now he's got 3 cars behind him, including 4 behind him, including himself, to fight with him as Bram gets past Yonder, who's dropped all the way down to the back of the pack.
Yeah, it's inevitable from Yonder. Drifting.
He
stays out. He's going to the softs. He is going to try this soft strategy. He is going to be rapid.
Well, they've nearly caught Birdie.
The gap. Yeah, the issue is the gap's been reduced by about 2.5 seconds a lap at the moment. Warren's last lap. I mean, let's have a look. Warren's last lap. A mid 22 to a low 22. Drifting is currently in the high 23s, low 24s. He is almost 2 seconds down the lap on his teammate.
Yep.
He's going to come out so far behind.
Birdie did medium soft, to be fair to him.
Go on, my guy.
Oh, they're really closing up here. Ridian's lost a lot of time to the top guys. Thieves has somehow managed to keep with them. But Ridian ahead of Enric now. He's got past Bram.
Yeah, there was contact.
Right. And now we see them nearly wheel to wheel. Enric to the inside of Ridian. Oh, and there is more wheel banging. Oh. And they're going to go wheel to wheel into the second chicane. Enric slightly ahead, now fully ahead. And the 2 Williams now make contact. Yonder gets involved in it. Slides the car rearwards to avoid any front wing damage. And
there's yellow flags at the back. That's Yonder.
Yeah, unfortunately, Yonder lets the Ferraris go now. And it looks like that might be game over for him. He was going to fall probably out of the points anyway. As we see Eggy get past Warren into Ascari.
Into
with
provisional
Josh
lead.
Dees might get left in the dirt here. Because he's over a second behind these.
Drifting in the pits. Here we go. This is what we were waiting for. He's gone so slow.
I was going to say that was
he is going to come out.
Entry.
He's going to come out behind Sam. He's going to come out side by side with Chubster, I think. Actually, he's going to come out in between Chubster and Sam L.
Sam's joined the fight nearly with the 2 Williams and the 2 Red Bulls.
He's gone on mediums. Why has he waited so long? He's gone on mediums.
Well, here we go. He's going to be really close to his championship rival, Sam L. There he goes. He exits the pit lane. Sam is ahead of him. And where's Chubster? Yeah. He's in between. He's in a Ferrari sandwich. He exits the pit lane in 9th. He has 8 laps to go to try and overtake 8 cars. And he is currently what? Well, 8
Car a
seconds
lap.
off the
He's
lead.
8 seconds.
He needs a second a lap.
It's doable.
His
It's
teammate
100% doable.
is leading the Grand Prix, so he can help him there. But Drifting needs to make clean, quick passes. And first up is the championship leader.
Yeah, this ain't going to be
rival.
a clean... This is going to be a hard-fought battle, you know. There's
Very
no
much
way
so.
Sam L is going to give this up easily.
Well, Sam knows
Ram
he's 5
dropping
points
out
ahead
of
of Josh.
Yeah.
Eggy knows he's fighting Josh for this win now at the moment. As Eggy gets a
Eggy
penalty!
with a 3-second!
Oh,
That's
Josh is going to be
huge.
loving
Josh
that.
Hewitt in the fight for the win at this moment in time.
Commentator's curse. It hasn't happened in a while. As Sam gets past Bram now. I believe Bram may have pitted early as well because he's struggling too.
16 lap old hards. He pitted lap 3.
And if
Lap
Drifting
2.
can be quick enough here, he could potentially get both of them because Sam doesn't have DRS. As we have Billy retire in the pit lane. So Drifting's in the slipstream of the pair of them as Eggy swaps with Warren for the lead. There goes Josh Hewitt, threading the needle in the pair of them. To the lead of the race goes the Sauber, then Warren, then Eggy. Can Drifting get past
There's
the pair
Drifting.
of them? He
Past
has.
Sam L. Easy.
That is huge for this race.
Easy
He's made 2
pickings.
places. So next up
Gained
is
2 seconds
Enric.
on the leader in 1
Wow.
lap, that is. He's
Don't
down 6
discount
seconds.
Drifting.
He is in a big champion. He's in a big fight for the win here. Josh
Yeah,
Hewitt will be
yellows.
looking in those rearward mirrors. 10 lap old hards versus 1 lap old mediums.
Yep. That was so
He
crucial
will be looking in those mirrors.
for Drifting. Won this race last season. Post-race pens. Wants to win it again. Fully on track this time. And this is quite the drive we're seeing from Drifting. A revamped Drifting after losing the championship lead. Quite a lot of points. Dropped to 3rd. It could have been between Josh and Sam for the championship, but he is still throwing his hat in the ring to make it a 3-way fight, and he's closed right up to Enric and Ridian. Is he going to do the same thing again? Can he get 2 cars heading down into turn 1? It's
He
going to
doesn't have the battery.
But
He doesn't have the
not have the
battery,
battery,
though.
no.
14%. Like, look at every single person in front of him, but Fees. They all have so much battery. I mean, Eggy are 100% battery going down this straight. He's going to easily get up into the lead, I think.
How many warnings is Josh Hewitt on? Do you mind checking real quick?
Oh, yeah, no, I'll check for
Josh
you.
Hewitt.
Yeah, no worries.
Drifting fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Eggy retakes the lead then, and Josh holds up in the 3rd. As here we go then. Enric gets past Ridian. Drifting can't quite get past them. They're closing up to Thies now. But they're all closing
2
in on
warnings
one
for
another.
Josh.
Oh,
2 warnings.
So close.
He's been on 2 warnings since I think that was... What lap was that?
I don't know.
Since lap 7. He's been on 2 warnings since lap 7. He is really trying to hustle the car and not take it off track.
Oh, and if you
But
think
Drifting really needs to get past these 2 cars, though.
if Sam L didn't have that 10-second time penalty, he could be like
I
7
know.
seconds up the road right now.
It's crazy.
That's going to be huge, especially at the home race and whatnot. Ferrari
A
have had a bit of a mare.
championship. Oh, I mean, it was looking like it might have been a 1-2 in qualifying until... there.
Warren retakes the
I don't
lead
know.
ahead of Eggy. Josh Hewitt follows them. Thies is going to come under big pressure from his teammate.
Drifting,
And Ridian.
save your battery. Stop
Drifting.
deploying. Save it. You're really messy. He can... Oh, you've got the pay. Stop deploying it. What is
Thies
this
has
guy
no
doing?
battery. And I honestly believe Thies may drop down to 7th by the end of turn 1 here. It's going to be close.
Yeah.
And, well, he's got his teammate first, who's not had the greatest run through Parabolica. And he's going to have to gain half a second. But I'm sure with these out of battery, that won't be an issue. So here comes the Red Bull. Here comes Ridian, though, to make a potentially double move. He's already alongside Enric. They're closing in on Thies, who goes defensive to let his teammate go around the outside. There goes Enric. There goes Thies. And now Thies, I'm pretty sure, will probably apply some defense to the Williams. But more importantly, Drifting. Who's all
Drifting
over
can't
the
get past. He can't get past.
And
He
annoyingly,
doesn't have the battery. He needs to save battery.
Annoyingly for Drifting,
Ah.
it's the person he's been in the wars with the last couple races. Hungary, he was fighting Ridian the whole race. They came to blows a few times. Last time out, Ridian took the podium away from Drifting on the penultimate lap. So I'm sure, besides Ridian and Thies, they're going to make sure Drifting doesn't get the dream comeback he wants with only 5 and a bit laps to go.
Yeah,
Josh
but
Hewitt then.
the thing is, he just needs to save battery. They're
Yeah.
losing time between the top 3. What is he
It's-
doing? Josh Hewitt, as long as he doesn't get a penalty, he is absolutely loving life right now. He's getting so close to track limits, though.
Sam L is keeping with these lot. Oh, it's close between Thies and Ridian because Thies is struggling a lot. And Drifting, yeah, he just hasn't really got the battery at the moment. but he
It's
might
so
catch
bad.
these. Oh, towards the front. Eggy versus Josh. And we look back to Parabolica then.
Sam L's even got more battery.
Riddian should fly past these though. He's in the slipstream of Enric. And here we go, drifting. Sees two rivals in front of him. Does he thread the needle? He can't find a gap to get ahead. As Riddian breaks very early indeed. But Sam hits the back of the Aston Martin. And this is really holding drifting up. And the top three were fine.
They've lost a second that lap to the leader.
Yeah, drifting's losing a lot of time right now. He's all over the back. Here comes Sam L on a double overtake past drifting and Riddian to the inside to make sure drifting doesn't get further ahead in this race. What a move from the Ferrari. 8th to 6th, blasted all his battery there. And yeah, unfortunately for drifting, it's not working at the moment.
He's only got himself to blame. He's not saving the battery. He had so many opportunities there to just... By this time, he had 7 laps to go, 4 seconds to the leader. All he needs to do, bide your time, save your battery, overtake all 3 of them in one go, and then easily, and he smashes into the back of Riddian there. This is... drifting, you've really messed this race up here.
As for Eggy and Warren, they could still be on for 2nd and 3rd here. The gap is 3 seconds
well,
to 4th onwards.
Josh Hubbert's still only 1 warning, remember? So
yeah.
he can definitely get that 3 seconds. He's 1 warning away. He just needs to be careful.
4 to go. Here comes Eggy to the inside of Josh. 3 wide, the top 3. And Josh just making sure he doesn't get involved in anything.
Good.
He wants
Good. Josh is doing what he needs to do.
Yep. A 4th win of the season, which would propel him into the championship lead, which would break the all-time win record. No driver in Tier 2 history has achieved 10 victories. He equalled the all-time record last week out with his 9th, to go alongside Iran, who equalled it last season in Season 9. Here in Season 10, he looks to be on for a potential 10th victory, which would put him to the championship lead. He just needs to make sure he doesn't put a foot wrong in these last 3 and a bit laps. Enric, 4th. Still keeping his teammate within DRS. I don't know if that's tactical or he's trying to push as hard as he can to get within 3 seconds of the top guys. But whatever the case, drifting's mediums are surely falling off the cliff now.
He's really messed this race up. It's a shame to see because he was in such a good position.
Riddian pretty much dummying drifting nearly into the wall there. That was so close. As I'm actually quite impressed with these to be holding down 5th. Considering how old his tyres are.
He's going to get a post-race pen, though.
Oh, that is true. As Sam could see himself with a potential top 5. He's got some good battery to use. As, yeah, they're closing in on Enric.
Sam, he's... I mean, do you remember what I said earlier this race? There's no way he's gaining 10 seconds. He has proved me so wrong here. He is in the fight for a potential P4, maybe even a podium, if he can gain the time. This is crazy.
Let Sam know he's there, but that's a good move from Sam. Up in a 5th. A potential 4th is next. And yeah, he's showing why he's still the championship leader at the moment. He's giving all the determination at Ferrari's home race. He's not letting him down no matter what happens. 10 seconds, spins. He's still there. He's still fighting. Now with Enric. Is he going to go around the outside? No, Enric breaks slightly later. So Sam will stay behind. We have a yellow. Oh, that's just Adam moving out the way, I guess. Yonder's retired as well in the pit lane. We have no more laps for a safety car anyway, as we have just over 2 and a bit. So I guess Eggy and Warren are fighting for 2nd and 3rd here. Josh Hewitt can stay behind if he wants to, but he is a racer, and he will go for it if it's there. As,
you never know. I mean... Oof.
As Sam L finds himself in 4th, but these to the inside. Sam L is clear into 4th now. What's happened to Enric? He's dropped down the order. There's drifting now up in a 6th. As Sam is going to...
Drifting's going to be out of DRS though, or is he going to get it?
He's has left his battery on. He's trying to stay behind Sam. He's left his battery. He hasn't turned it off, but he might get Sam down into turn 1. Drifting is close to these lot, but I don't know if he got DRS. He did, luckily, but Enric's close enough to him. Looking further front to the leaders. There is a lapped car which might get in on the mix here. But Eggy, it's so unfortunate. He's not won a race before, but he is leading currently at the Italian Grand Prix with 2 laps to go. What a race so far. Crazy.
The thing is, this is going to be damage limitations for Sam L and drifting though. There is so easily a good chance that they drop down into those lower points positions. They need to keep this 4th and probably 5th. because
Yeah.
Josh Hewitt is almost guaranteed to win this race if he just sits where he is.
These are none
So
out.
they need this race. They need this result of P4 and P5. Otherwise, Josh Hewitt is going to be in a very healthy position in the lead of the championship.
Yep.
Has he led the championship so far this season?
Sorry, who?
Josh.
Yeah, he's led it for a race or so.
Okay.
Yeah, Eggy and Warren know they're fighting for second and third. They know they have a 2-second deficit at the moment. Rydia now gets a 3-second at the back of the train. So Eggy and Warren, as long as they keep it clean, they know they can get a podium here today. And that would be great for the team and themselves. And Josh Hewitt knows, heading on to the last lap, he could make history today. With 8 races to go, this could be a season-defining race. We're on the last lap then. Here we go, down into turn 1. Josh Hewitt spies 2 cars in front of him. He doesn't really need to overtake, but he's still going to go for it. Warren into the lead now. Eggy breaks later, wheel to wheel with Josh Hewitt, down into turn 1. Josh leaves the space and goes round the outside and gets up in a second anyway. What a move. As we look behind, chaos behind as Drifting goes round the outside of Enric. So Drifting goes up into a net P5 as Thieves still hanging on to 4th ahead of Sam, and then Drifting, Enric, Ridian, and then Chubster on the back, and Bram will hold on for a point. And Josh Hewitt looks like he's not close enough to Warren, who will probably win this race on track, so Eggy can probably come back at him. And yeah, this train, if they can just keep them all facing forward to the end of the flag, that would be great. But Thieves is going to come under big pressure now, as is Josh Hewitt. And I don't think he'll fight it.
Oh, here comes Drifting on Sam L, though. He's not going to... He wants this position. He wants those extra 2 points.
It's crucial. Does he lose 2 points to Sam in the championship, or does he gain? Here goes Sam on Thieves. There goes Drifting on Sam. Can't quite do it, and he's lost quite a bit of time in doing so. And it's going to be really close to the line. Enric now with a 3 set, so I think that confirms Sam and Drifting. And Thieves and Sam are fighting onto the grass there. And it's so close to contact. Heading into the final few corners, we see Josh Hewitt is going to make history. It's 10 out of 10 for the Sauber. Josh Hewitt wins the Italian Grand Prix, and going off there, big crash with the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Eggy 3rd, Drifting 4th. Sam L has been involved in big crash there.
What happened?
These,
I wasn't watching. Yeah, it was, but what happened?
No idea.
I didn't see. Oh, no, I didn't see.
But with
what happened?
It is the championship lead for Josh Hewitt. It's back-to-back victories. It's a first ever 10th victory for Josh Hewitt. He breaks the record with a brilliant race. Warren and Eggy joined him on the podium. Sam L got hit by every sort of incident with apparently driver of the day. Drifting couldn't quite get the race he was after. Yep. Total chaos and carnage, like always.
What a race, though.
But
what a race. Entertaining as anything. Josh Hewitt starting 9th on the grid, though, to win that race.
Amazing.
Huge for the championship. Drifting coming home in what looks like is going to be 4th, guaranteed.
Yep.
That's big, considering where he was at some point in the race. But unfortunately, he had the pace to win that race. He really messed up.
Well,
but Sam, I mean, I don't know what happened. He was looking at damage limitation of a P4 there, but ended up in 8th with a 10-second penalty at the end. I don't really know what happened at all.
Wait, you got another 10-second?
Yeah, he got a 10-second for contact. So I really don't know. If he gets that 10-second removed,
probably, yeah,
then he goes into 5th.
Okay, right. Well,
I just don't know what happened, though.
It was a lot of pain for the Ferrari team. As for the Ferrari engine, they've still got a winner for the Italian Grand Prix in the form of Josh Hewitt with Sauber. And, yeah. He never likes to yield, does he, Thieves? And he's caused quite
clearly
a lot
not.
Today. Maybe for the best, it might be his last race. Yeah, Drifting still gets good points there. He'll be annoyed with himself. Warren with a P2 ahead of Eggy with a fastest lap. They should be happy. That's a big haul of points for Aston Martin. But yeah, wow. I can interview Josh in the Discord. As for Warren and Eggy, I'm pretty sure I can interview them normally.
Warren impressed me that race, actually. He had very good pace.
Just randomly, a few times in the season, he'll just be like one of the best. Warren. There we go. Oh, quick in the race, quick to join the party. Hi, mate. Wow. Have you included your audio?
Yeah, I have now.
Right. Let's go to the showroom. There we go. Right. Warren 100. Wow. What a race from you.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
You had great pace in qualifying. I mentioned in the wet you tend to do pretty well. You qualified
7th.
7th, right. And by the end of the first few laps, at one point you were 3rd, and then you just went straight into the lead. A lot of battles everywhere, and you won on track. Bit unfortunate to get that 3-second early on. But from your point of view, how was the race? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun. I kind of forgot about the race until I seen your message.
All right.
And then I waited a minute to join qualifying, so I just picked a random setup I found. Did one lap, just said, do you know what? Might as well. Threw it on for qualifying, and I went into the race and wasn't expecting much, like. But for P2, I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Saw you trading with Eggy a lot at the end there, and Josh Hewitt from time to time. You had great pace. We thought at one point you may have been a bit of a rear gunner for drifting because he was on the alternative strategy. Was there any communication with him throughout the race, or was it just your own race you were focused on?
No, I don't communicate with anyone.
That's fair.
I had music on and I listen to the stream, and that's it.
Sam, do you have any questions for Warren here?
Not much. You didn't really get involved in any like major incidents or anything. You were very much just quick today. I mean, there was nothing more to it. We're very clean and nothing more to put past than a podium. Well deserved, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. P2, 18 points, a big haul for your team, Aston Martin, trying to close in on Ferrari for the constructors. A lot of points gained. I believe, was that 30 to date? So, yeah, great job from you. And
Lovely.
on to Baku next week, if you're able to race.
I probably am, but not very happy. Any races I do there is not very good.
Yeah, it's going to be
wind damage after like lap 2.
Honestly, every season, if you can at least finish the race, I think you'll get points. It's one of those. I think we had 6 finishes last season, so Anyway,
yeah, sure. That's how Bluey got his points.
Well done. Italy has been a chat you've been pretty good at in the past, but the penalties were the issue with you. But today you've limited them to only get 3. Very good.
Yeah, I had 3 and I had two warnings going on to lap 22.
I believe today is your 60th Tier 2 race as well, so congratulations on that.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Podiumed on the 50th, now the 60th.
Yeah, exactly. So in 10 races' time, we'll see you back here.
Hopefully I win.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully for the rest of the season, it goes well. Congratulations on today. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Thank you. See you.
As for Eggy, I'll quickly message him.
Apparently, I sound like a squeaker Nick, according to you, right? I guess I'm a squeaker. I guess.
But when you have a race like that, you're gonna scream because it was incredible. No safety car or any VSC or anything. Just. Do you think that let drifting down?
So much contact though. No. Drifting let himself down. Drifting let him. No, he let himself down. His race IQ. The thing is with drifting, he had the pace that race and he had the right strategy. Definitely. He messed up. Once he got those 2 cars, he could have just sat in none and stayed in DRS for one more lap. It was 6 seconds with 7 laps to go. All he had to do was save up that battery, pick him off, easy. He's got so much better traction. He can get them on the exit of turn 2. As we saw multiple times when he was behind Bram, the traction he had difference was amazing, but he was too far behind. Drifting really let himself down that race.
Yeah, but I mean, still to get with to come away with 4th, it's still some good points to gain on Sam. But now I guess it's Josh he's trying to gain on. Eggy won't be joining for interviews, which is fair. Congratulations to him, though, on the 3rd place. A 12th podium without a win. It's coming one day, surely. And yeah, as for Josh Hewitt, are you in the EXFL Discord?
No.
That's the only way I can talk to him. I mean, I'll join it, interview him real quick, and then join you back. Right?
Go for it.
Okay, cool. Josh Hewitt, you have just won the Italian Grand Prix and you have made history in EXFL Tier 2. You are the first ever driver to hit 10 Grand Prix victories. That record's all yours to keep. One season on from when we thought Oran broke the record and then he got a penalty post-race and lost the win. One season on, this time round, I'm pretty sure it's here to stay. What a race from you. P9 to P1. When I was updating the records a few days ago, I was like, right, so Josh Hewitt, he's won from first, he's won from second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth, and now you've won from ninth. That has got to be probably your best race, or at least up there. How are you feeling? Oh no. Enric, yeah. Oh dear. Oh right, okay. Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. There was such a, as much as it was quite chaotic in terms of a few instances, it was such a joy to watch. Was that when you went in the middle? Yeah, I caught that. Threading the needle. Right, okay. So you started ninth. You gained 3 places because once you're one of the best starters on the grid. So you got up to 6th, and then you lost a place to Warren. What happened there? Oh, fair. Just normal pass. Okay. But then you had what really, well, I quote unquote won you the race was pitting quite early. I guess at the right lap. That brought you pretty high up when the rest pitted. You made some good solid moves on the straight that the others couldn't really do much. You were with Eggy, and then you pulled away from the pack who battled too hard or were on really old tyres. You didn't have to push too hard. You guys won 3 seconds. You didn't really have to take too many risks. You fought well, and even if it's a pen, I'm pretty sure, no matter what happens, that is the championship lead for you. I think. At the moment, you are the winner. As for the thing with Enric, I'll have to look back on that because so much happened in that race, I can't really remember. Was it a turn 2? Was it a turn 2? Turn 1, right. Yeah. Right. I can vaguely remember it. It didn't, because usually when an incident happens, I'll call it how it is, like, oh, that's his fault or not. But I don't remember really thinking anything you did was your fault. Oh no. Actually, now that I think about it, Sam may have mentioned it. He said, like, there was a bit where you dropped all the way down to 10th. I don't know if it was that. Okay, whatever the case. Yeah. Now it's coming back to me now. Yeah, because Enric was in 4th or 5th, and then we realised he was in 12th somehow. Yeah. Right, okay. Right. Okay, that's a good insight to that. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's fair. Process, yeah. I saw you earlier, like what did you say? Life's good or something. Well, I mean, if you keep this win, it's going to get a little bit better than that. Right, 8 races to go then, and you are well and truly in this. How are you feeling for Baku next week? Yeah, bit of an unknown. It's the ultimate dream. It's the perfect end to what has been one of the biggest stories in Tier 2 history, because no driver really has fought for a Tier 2 World Championship, lost, and then fought for another one, you know? 3 years ago, nearly. Literally. And you didn't let it, well, at first, because like a season or two after, you did kind of, I don't remember if you left or not. You may have, but you didn't.
I got promoted and then I left.
Yeah,
I came back in season 6.
yeah,
I was battling for a bit.
a little bit.
And then season 7, 8, 9 weren't to speak about.
8 at the start maybe, but then it got away a little bit there. But then this season, 3 years ago nearly, May 13th, 2022 was the season 4 finale, and we're nearly 3 years after that. But yeah, with 8 races to go, you lead the World Championship at the moment. You've been a standout driver, one of the most popular, most supported, and best drivers we've ever had. And 8 weeks to go to see if you can achieve the ultimate dream in this tier. But as for now, well done today. We'll see how things go with penalties and whatnot. But congratulations, and we'll see you next week. Right, that has been the Tier 2 Season X Italian Grand Prix. Just waiting for Sam to rejoin the party to outro it. And then I gotta adjourn to a bunch of messages. But yeah, what a race. Really have to relook at that Hewitt and Enric incident. I didn't really catch it, I don't think. I think that's why I couldn't really remember if Josh had been involved in anything. I'm pretty sure the top 3 finished on track 5 seconds ahead of the rest. So if Josh does get a 5 sec, that might only drop him to 3rd. That would actually put Warren as the winner, which is incredible to think about. If Josh gets a pen, Warren wins. Crazy. But I'll give it another minute. See if Sam joins. There we go. For some reason, it said invite failed. Right, mate, can outro the stream now. So yeah, that has been the Tier 2 Season X Italian Grand Prix. For the first time in a while, I've had a co-com, and it was a very enjoyable experience. You there, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you have to re-include your audio or not.
I've already done it.
Okay, cool. Final words from you, Sam. Just an overview. How did you find that race? What did you enjoy? What was there to take from?
Hectic is one way to describe it. But I guess that's Tier 2 for you. I mean, it was enjoyable with the fact that I didn't really think Josh was going to win it. When you saw where he qualified, you saw him at the beginning of the race. I mean, I thought he might have got a podium. I didn't think he was going to win it, but that race, to describe it, mayhem, good battles, some clean battles, some dirty, but it was entertaining. There you go, entertaining, very entertaining actually.
Sums it up well. It was that one moment where where I was saying into a Ascari like, oh, Warren has a 3, Eggy and Josh are fine, and then Eggy gets a 3.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we think, oh, Josh could win this, and he just didn't put a foot wrong. I did talk to Josh, and you caught this. I didn't catch this. The first few laps where there was an incident with Josh and Enric, which put Enric down to 12th and Josh down to 10th. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if that would give him Josh a pen or whatnot. And if he gets a pen, I think he drops the 3rd. That would mean Warren wins.
Wow.
Which is crazy. But anyway, sort that out later on. But anyway, that has been round 14 on to Baku.